Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are playing some more Roblox Studio, playing around in Studio. This will be, I guess, part 3 of our build. Rid of that. As I realized there that, as I realized with that one, now see, what I'm thinking is this. Now that we have like stuff sort of in the store, if we can do that, we'll take. What's that? This painting. We're gonna do something special with this painting. Actually, it should be over on that wall there. That's kind of where the food is, right? So. Turn this over here. We'll turn this over here. How is that? Wonder if we need like maybe 3. Wonder if we can get 3 in there. I don't know about this. Like, I know we have 2 of these. I might keep that one. I don't know if we're gonna keep that one because we have the donut station there. Maybe I'll, or even better, maybe I can reduce this by a couple of sizes here. Something like that, maybe, let's try that again. Yeah, that could work. Let's see, if we get rid of, this and this on that side will definitely work. Push that right in there. There we go, perfect. Okay, so then we got these shelves here. Alright, so then when you come in the store, yeah, now it's nice and open, right? And then this could be here. There we go. There we go. Something like that. Alright, and then here in the middle, we can have some of these. Duplicate that, and I'll just change, maybe I'll change the colors on them or something. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, now it's not so, it's busy, but it's not, you know, it's not like that. That might be too busy, I'm not sure. Let's see. Oops. See if we can walk around these. Yeah, what I'm going to do with that picture is I'm going to go into, when I put the store into Project Alpha, I'll take a screenshot there. And what I'll do is I'll just change the screenshot to the photo there, the picture of the burger. Oh yeah, that's cool, okay. So yeah, so now we can walk around in the store. Nice, okay, that's cool, things are coming around. Oh, that one's a little bit higher than those 2 ones. Cool. Yeah, then I can take these. Duplicate that. We can set these in here. Yeah, but just something like that. I'll have to fill this all the way down here. So now this is one big mesh. As you can see there, it's one. These are individual meshes. So these you can't with those little pieces. But what we can do is we can go into the toolbox, and we can look for some blank, like we can just look for some blanks of like milk, even. You know, I would spend an hour making a milk carton, I'm sure. Oh, look, there's milk and cookies. Nice. All right, so this is a tool. This is a prop. Yeah, that's what we want. Just a milk carton prop would be good. And maybe we'll get one of these. You know, I could look at, wow. Now, I mean, that's just milk, right? We can just look at, I should type in food is what I should do. Like I say, I'm not the best at designing this kind of stuff. Yeah, I better be careful. I don't want to get copyright. Oh, the flopping chips? You could have flopping chips, I guess. What I'm sort of looking for is, let's see, this is a food and drink shelf, and it's got all kinds of neat brands in there that we don't want to. If I could just find a neutral. What's this one here? Oh, yeah, it's got scripts on it. It's got a Bloxy Cola in there. We can always take that. All right, if I can't find anything here, ooh, some Christmas food. What do we got here? 4 scripts. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Neat. Yeah, look, there's a piece of pizza there, which is what we want. There's a burger. Maybe I'll get a burger. And there's a soda tin there. We could do something like this, maybe. I'm gonna take the scripts out of them. I'm not actually gonna keep them. I think we have the water. Let's see how big this piece of pizza is. Okay, so somebody obviously just separated the pack. We just separated this pack, and so let's see. Let's get a. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Full tray. So then we want the. Oh, cool. These are meshes. That's actually that's decent. That's what we want. We want the meshes, right? And then I just delete the rest of it. Bada bing, bada boom. Done deal. Oh, we lost the cap on that mesh. I guess I can put another cap on that mesh. Oh, look at that, the donuts. I spent all that time making donuts, and I could have just, look at that. Oh, my goodness. So that's what I was saying. Like, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are way better at making these oh, yeah, look, they got click detectors and all of them. All right, so we'll delete that for now. I don't want to fill it up with junk food. I was just looking for a couple of items. Just some blank kind of containers. For in there, just seeing what they have, because I know okay, so we'll get out of this then for now. As we got a few food items, I'm gonna open up Blue Truck and City, because I did this in Blue Truck and City. I have a whole bunch of stuff in there too. Yeah, and then what I'll do is at the pizza section, we'll let there be a prompt there where the player can get a piece of pizza. And then maybe somewhere else they can get, you know, as you can see, they can get a bag of chips or something. I think I have a few things there. We'll see what we have. Whatever this wants to open up. Takes a minute. It had been, lately it's been going pretty smooth, actually. I'm impressed. Giving me server room. Yeah, there we go. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna go to one of the grocery stores I have in the city. We'll get a few items. It's like, what? Wait, I gotta do stuff. Yeah. Right here, right across the street. Yeah, see, I had some blank, just some blank items that are on here. And then, oops, I want to go through there. I guess we're waiting for this to load. Fruit. Oh, maybe I just had it here. Is that all it was? Just blocks? That's it, eh? Alright, well, I thought I had better stuff. Just blank bricks. Blank bricks. Alright, well, that's good. I guess that'll do it now. We'll just close this down. It's got a lot of loading left yet to do. Let that do its thing there. So we'll go back in the toolbox. I just want to see, like, what do we have for, like, frozen food, maybe? Maybe I can find a turkey or something. There's another one. We'll get that. So that way we have a couple of them. That's always good. Let's see, what else do we need? What else do we have here? Mix things. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. If I was, let's see, if I was decorating maybe a house or something, pack like that would be good. For inside a fridge, there's a turkey there. I hope to find something maybe in a, you know, if we can't find it, it's all good. Even these vending machines, we can probably pick something out of there. But anyways, that's basically what you can do, you know. Me, I'm not big on the on the brand stuff, just 'cause, you know, copyright and all that. All right, that'll have to do for now. Then that'll have to do for now. That's fine. We'll just, like I say, spend days and days and days, hours and hours and hours, just going through the toolbox, looking for this and that. Right? Let's close the store. Well, that's funny. They got the drink sound in there and everything. Ooh. Oh, that's a mesh. Ah, okay, okay. Frozen cola. Perfect. That's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have frozen cola. Oh, come on, come on. So we'll put that one there on that shelf. And then we'll grab maybe this here, maybe like water or something. And this could be on this shelf. And then we can have maybe this here, some water. Right, maybe that cooler will be full of water. And then this could be our milk section over here. Get that there, and then maybe cartons on the bottom. Maybe a shelf or something. Yeah, so what I'll do over time is just fill it up. Find different stuff. For now, I'll just fill it up with what's there. And then we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of that. And this ham cheeseburger, we're going to put in player items, and we're actually going to make that as one of the items that I'll turn it into a tool here. So, okay, so we have a few items in there. We have a few items over there. It looks like the store is kind of coming along. So now what I want to do is I want to work on these guys here, the glass. Getting the glass. So what we can do is we can go to model. We can say create, and we want to create a hinge constraint, and then we're going to go from there into there. And now what we need to do is we have to rotate. Oh, I see. I see. There we go. We have to rotate that constraint. We need to do that. And then what I do is I'll take this, I'll copy its world position. Just like that. And then now what we can do is we can take this hinge constraint, which is in the glass. Oh, that's perfect. Right, we'll set it up here. What do we want to do? We want to say limits enabled. And we want it to go to 90. And we want this one to be 0. Actuator type can be a servo. Angular responsiveness. I'm not sure on that. 90 maybe? Oh, I see. What's this? Sharpness of the servo motor. Okay, so maybe we'll turn that down. Target angle, it's gonna go to 90, so let's just test it out here. See what it does. Oh, and you know, I think it's actually anchored. It's not anchored. So if we say anchored, and then we'll say can collide is false, and that way it will close and open. It looks like it's already open there. It opened the wrong way. So target angle -90. Yeah, there we go. Then it opens up. Okay, and then what I'll do is just add some code. Insert object. We'll put a script and a proxy. I like the proximity prompts. That's my preference. And just kind of make that like 4. I know you can click with like if you're in the console and you have a controller and you can click and stuff, but I don't know. I just find that it's the same, I guess. I like the prompts. All right, so let's say we want to say local button equals script parent dot proximity prompt, and then we want to say button dot we can say triggered or trigger ended, right? Connect function depending on how you want. Do you want it to fire when they first do it, or do you want to fire when it's trigger ended? Then what you can do is you can set up like a timer on the proximity prompt, so it takes 1 second or 2 seconds. They got to hold it for 3 seconds, and then after they've held it for 3 seconds, then it will fire the function. Okay, so then we'll go. Let's create a local VOT equals script dot parent dot hinge constraint, and we'll say pivot dot target angle equals -90, and then we're going to set this back to 0, right? Target angle is going to be 0. Yeah, let's see. Open. We need to add a little bit of logic here. Local open equals false. And then we need to say if open equals false, then I'll get rid of that. Open equals true. And then we need to say else, just like that. 0. And then we need to say, open equals false. Let's double check this here. Yeah, some of them I can do quickly, and then the other ones, the longer ones. Yeah, there we go. It opens up, and it closes. Nice, just like that. There you go. That's how you open and close. Perfect. Now let's make sure it's going all the way out to, yeah, it's going all the way out to 90 degrees. See, it pivots where the constraint is. So you want, if the constraint's here, it'll pivot here. If the constraint's here, it'll pivot here. So you want to be careful about where that constraint is. Now, and as you can see, it interacts when I'm right in front of it. That's at 2. So let's put one. Here, I'll delete that, and I'll delete that now that we have one solid piece of glass. And I can duplicate it and just move it like that. And now the hinge constraint when it goes to, let's insert attachment here. Insert object. Attachment. So this is going to be door 1, door A, this will be door B. All right, and then we'll get another one, door C. Door C. Just like that, we'll rename that door C. Perfect. And then we want to make that right like that. We can change that right to there. And then we will make the hinge constraint. It's attachment 0, and instead of door A, door B, just like that. And now this constraint, I don't know if it has to be rotated or not. I know it's a what's going on here? Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. There we go. Okay. You just have to rotate it, right? If it goes red and it says you can't do it, then you just have to try a little bit. Same with this one here. Instead of door B, it's going to be door C. And then take that, copy that position. And then we need to rotate it. That way, and we need to rotate it that way. Let's see. All right, let's hope that works. Let's try this one first. Oh, nice. That's part 1. That's only part 1. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is, now we're gonna add to this, right? Now we can start sort of adding it, making things a little more complicated. We can add lights and stuff. So what I want to do in here is I want to add a part, and then we're gonna move it down like this, right? And let's see if we scale it. If we scale it across, we can kind of do that. And then we're going to rename this to light. And what's the stuff over there? Okay. They're all in the same model. So we'll rename this freezer. close that down, close all that down. It's starting to get a little complicated. We've got a lot of parts. Okay, so the light we're going to put into the freezer. And we can just basically put it in there. And then what I want to do is I want to say, because it's this door here. It's this door here, right? And then we'll say light. We'll rename this to light A. And then we can say script dot parent dot light A dot material equals, and then I think we have to put some quotation marks and say neon. Is that right? Oh, let me see. Yeah, it does turn to neon. Okay, and I didn't anchor it there. So make sure it's anchored. There we go. Right, and now what we also want to do is we want to find, okay, so we want to do two things. We need a freezer sound. So we're going to go into the toolbox, and we're going to go here, and we're going to check for audio, and we're going to say freezer. No, we want like, that could work for opening the door. Let's see. I know I'm listening to these sounds and I'm kind of like, I'm like a little hesitant because I know like, everything with Roblox, it's copyrighted by Roblox, and you can use it, but it doesn't ever hit you for copyrights in Roblox. It hits you for copyrights in other platforms. On everything, on absolutely everything. It's so funny. Okay, so we say freezer, I don't know, what are we looking for here? Freezer fan, I guess? Something like that. Vending machine hum. That's exactly what we need. Perfect. Okay, so we found it. So now we have that. We've and then I'm just gonna rename this to cool, right? And then we come in here. We go back to our script, and then we're gonna say script dot parent dot light A dot cool dot light A. Dot cool, and then we want to say play. Nice. And then what we want to do from the light is we want to insert a particle emitter, right? And then we want the particles to go down. Where are we here? Transparency. Top. Let's say bottom. Oh, isn't that so cool? Right? So then you open it up. And that turns on, right? So then, right now we'll say we'll just make it enabled false, and that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. And then so we just go, we'll say script dot parent dot light A dot particle emitter dot enable equals true, right? Then we take all of that here. And this one's going to be false. And this could be smooth. This could just be plastic. And this will have to say stop. Perfect. Hey, look, we just created a fancy little script, right? There we go. Then we turn it. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Now that seemed like it was a little, couldn't really tell. So let's see if that, maybe we can tell from there. Yeah, that's so perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, now what we want to do is we want to duplicate that. And we'll rename that to light B, and then we'll duplicate it again. And we'll rename that to light C. Alrighty, now what we need to do is we need to go into here and we need to go into this script. And we'll just copy that over and put it into that script. Not into that script. Okay. Let's find out which one that was. And put it into there. Now this one is B. And B. All right, let's get I like I say when I'm doing sounds and stuff, I try not to have the music going because you gotta hear the sounds, right? And then this will be C. All right, so now we've taken like an ordinary kind of plain, you know, we've taken a plain little freezer, and we've actually turned it into something really neat. You know, there we go. How cool is that? All right. And then, like I say, we come back here, we can get a donut. You know, maybe something else. And I mean, and that's pretty much it, really. I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely happy with that. Absolutely happy with that. Okay, now the water. Put that into the store. All right. We'll just delete that. This is just all the random stuff. Oh. And the painting. This one here we will anchor. Then I can move that in there. Yeah, so I mean a lot of these things are kind of a work in progress, right? You sort of have to, you know, you start somewhere, I guess, and then just, you know, I never really have a plan. It's always just kind of winging it, just winging it, right? You know, we can put an air conditioning unit on the outside. We can add more sounds. That's the thing, is that usually what I do is I'll add the models in and then I'll go over it after. Add in the sounds and stuff. Like I know I need to go through the warehouse and the oil plant a little bit more, just to add more of the ambient sounds and stuff to that as well. So that will happen. I'm just kind of just getting back on the bike, as you know. I took a little bit of a break there, so I'm just kind of getting my legs again for this kind of stuff. So, yeah, that'll kind of do it. I think what I want to do is we'll duplicate this. Maybe we can have that going across the top here. Scale that. Yeah, I realized in the last video, I didn't check it, but I think the audio might have been a little low for like listening audio. I'll check on this one before I publish it. Sounds good. Man, this painting, I tell ya. Come out a little bit. No. I want the whole painting. Come out a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screenshot in Project Alpha, and I'm gonna change the landscape, change the Big Mac to the landscape. All right. Let's duplicate this. Rotate it. And we'll come in like this. scale that. Duplicate that, bring that over there, rotate like that. There we go. Absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. And the last thing I want to do is put some words on, like a sign on the front that just says country store. That's country store. That's all it is. It's a country store. Very cool. Very cool. You know, not much to it. Not much to it. And I mean, that's the thing, is that we can always add on to it. Now, I think the register also has some stuff to it as well. Register here, yeah. How cool is all of that? You can go in there, press the buttons, get a few items. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to take this store, and we need to, yeah, we need to get the donuts merged over. Okay, so let's open up our game. Play some background music here. Let's open up our game. No, that's YouTube. That's not our game. That's YouTube. Roblox. Nope, not that game. That one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we'll take this and we will do that for now. Yeah, I was over here looking at the tween on it, and I thought, you know what, there's a little bit to that. I just wasn't really feeling it. So we'll do that. Okay, now where is this country store gonna go? Location. The warehouse is there. The oil plant is over there. There's gonna be something else over here. We could put it over here. We can do that. We can get rid of this building. Sure, why not? And I guess, is this over here? Yeah, okay. And then, but they can kind of enter. This might actually have to go back a little bit more, actually. Enter there. This thick. Big foundation. Yeah, I'll add the words to it probably later on. All right, so we'll copy that. And we will paste. Oh, we're going this way here. It's actually not that big. It ought to be a little bit bigger, but it really isn't. It's tiny. Oh my goodness. Is that all that I grab? Yeah. There we go. I suppose if we leave the back up now, we won't do that. We'll just have it braid off. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to fill that in. I'll fill it in like this with some dirt and some other stuff, usually what I do. Okay, and now we need I need to get the donut over. Just copy that player items, and then that way it's it should be compatible, and then I'll just drive over here and we'll see if it is compatible. All right. Oh, we'll take the food truck. Yeah. No, we don't want to reverse. Might have to reduce the horsepower on that. All right, so then we can open that up. Oh, yeah. That's just so cool. That's so cool. I'll see if I get a donut. Nice. Got a little donut. I'll take a picture of it, make the graphic, that, and then what I'll do is I'll add my drinking animation to it, and then you can take a couple of bites of it, and then it'll just disappear. Yeah, and they'll have other kind of items in here that you'll be able to get. Maybe a soda here, and I don't know, a drink or something in there, right? Something over here. You know, so you can grab 3 or 4 or 5 items, check out, and away we go. And then what I'll do as well, the final part of all this, now that it's on the server, we have to connect, I don't have to, but I'd like to connect a lot of this to the data store. Because what I like to do is I like to give experience and all that sort of stuff to the player. You know, it's an incentive to explore around, right? Hey, I'm trying to level up. So what I have for that is, I wonder which script I'll have to look at. Let's see. We'll do a couple of things here. We'll do that. We'll set up the yeah, here we go. We'll take this one here. All right. Come over here. Okay, so we have our script, which is the donut. And then, so what we need to do is we need to connect to, oh, that's not the one that I wanted. That'll give the mission, but we want to finish the mission. Let's see if we can take it from here. Where's my NPCs? 2 bases, what's that? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, that's what I forgot too. I forgot to add a clerk. Okay, so that's what we'll do too. We'll add a clerk here, and I think the clerk will walk around. I'll show you how to do that. How to get the model to walk around. We'll do that as well in this video. Why not? Why not? Okay, so we're going to connect it to the data store. So I'm just looking for another mission NPC. Yeah, here we go. We can just take any one of these actually. So we'll look at Charles, and what we need is this. So we need to connect it to the data store, and then we need to have a name for our data store, right? So we have like the data store service, and then we have my data store, which I probably could have changed that. I use it the same in all my games, but that's basically that. So we need to make these variables, right? The local data store equals what do I I say there? Data store service, game, get service, right? Data store. Service. Equals, game, get service. Data store service. And then we need this one here. We need to connect to our data store. So local service, my data store service. And then what I like to do is I give them some money and some experience. $100 experience for eating a donut. They get $10. And then what we need is the P call. Now what the P call does is it checks to make sure that the player actually pressed the buttons. There we go. So how does the P call work? Well, let's go over it. So we say local data, data meaning what we want to save in our data store. All right. Then we have our function, if it succeeds and if it fails, right? If it succeeds and if it fails. So then we say, we define what data is going to be. It'll be my data store, and we say set async. There's get async and set async. Get async allows you to retrieve the data. Set async allows you to send the data to the data store to be saved on the server. Then we have our player user ID, and this is our key, whatever. Like, so when it uploads it here, it saves it here. This is how it retrieves it, is that. Okay, and then obviously it goes to leaders, right? Player.leaderstats.cache.value. And then we need to write. So I'm trying to explain this. This is the function here. This is this function here. And then this is when it succeeds, data equals data, and it'll say transaction approved. And if it didn't succeed, it'll say leaderboard load error. In this case, it should say leaderboard save error. And same with this one here because we're setting async. Same with that. So we'll go back to the store. It took me a while to figure out how the pcall functions worked, how to properly write them. I've seen a lot of different ways of doing it. Yeah, and then you'll see here it'll print the data. It'll print the information down here. And you'll see it here. So we have, this is our cash and our XP, and those should also go up. We should get 100 XP, so we should be at 7,800, and we should be 37.9 or 37.8. What's going on here? 7.8. Nope, that didn't. Something's wrong here. Didn't update for some reason. Seven, 8, 9, 2. It's this one here. Oh, because it was only giving me 10 and 100 XP. Yeah, it should have gone up. Should have got 100 XP for that. 7,800 XP. No? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what happened here. Let's take this over here. We'll drag our... Let's get over here. See why I didn't want to save for us. Look at my leaderboard. Make sure I've got the right variables here. Yeah. Cash alpha, XP alpha, level alpha. Should set async. $100 XP, but it's not. Data B is XP. Yeah, data B is XP. Interesting. Right, we're at 77.39. We should be at 78.39. If it's giving me 100 XP. But it's not. Oh, I know. I didn't tell it to give me the reward. I only defined the reward. I didn't tell it what to give me. Whoops. Okay, so that's what we need to do now. So it clones the donut to the backpack. And then we need to say it needs to give us the rewards. So in order to do that, we have to say, yeah, player.leaderstats.xp.value equals xp.value plus xp, and it's the same thing for the reward. There we go, and now we should get the experience, and we should get the reward, and it should save. Now, it only saves if it goes through the P call, so you can get the cash here and the XP, but if you leave the game and come back, it won't actually save those values if there was an error, right? It'll come up down here, so if you're in debug mode or whatever. Hey, there we go, that worked. Perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so we'll stop that. And then now, basically what I will do is just increase the experience amount and the reward, right? Something like that. And then I will come over here to these. And here's where it gets complicated. And this is why I say, like, when you're in the if you're early on in your development, this is what you want to do before you get too crazy and start throwing in all kinds of scripts. This is where I screwed up in Blue Truck City. I decided afterwards that I was going to add a data store to it, and I decided afterwards that I was going to save all these transactions and give XP, and it took me weeks to go through the game and edit scripts, add the code, because that's what you have to do right now. You have to add the code and all that sort of stuff. Alternatively, you could have a master script which controls it, but then you have to list every single proximity. Yeah. So I mean, there's a few ways of doing it, right? But this is how we are going to do it. Let's take this, and now we just do the same thing. We'll copy over this part here, the data store service, my data store, and that. And then we just copy over this. And that, like that. And then we need this. And it's going to save on this one. When they open it, it gives them the stuff, not when we close it. So we should get it when we open it, and it shouldn't do anything when we should be able to close it just fine. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, and then when you close it, you don't get anything. Cool. Perfect. So, and I mean, if you could, if you wanted to, you could just run through the store and get like 1,000 experience, just run, but that's That's cool. It's the game, right? And then the lights. Okay, so we need this script, and I'll just do one at a time. So same thing. We'll grab this, copy it. I really got to find some new streaming music as well. I'm gonna find some new streaming music. And then we'll put that here. And then we need a p-call. And we are going to put that there. And now what we've done is we've created an economy in our game where we're able to give rewards to players and they're able to spend those rewards in the game, which I haven't quite set up yet, but usually any of the food stuff, any of the items, I'll make it cost money equal to what you get, you know, or like, you know, if you want to spawn an item in or something like that, I'll make it cost money. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work yet. I'll still got to work on that, but right now you can earn money, you just can't spend it. So I suppose there's nothing wrong with that, earning money, not being able to spend it. So we'll copy this. Do that, and then we'll copy this, and then do that, and then we'll write player in here because that's what's connecting the function. This. Yeah, and they've added a few additional metrics as well that you can track. I noticed. Just so you can gather the type of information, so you can see where the players are going and where they're interacting in your game, and where they're not going and where they're not interacting. So there's a few ways that you can track and manage that data through the data store service, and you can connect it to your. If we go to Roblox, and we connect it to our. Let's see. If we click on our game here, Project Alpha. And then let's say I go to View Analytics here, and they have audience funnels. It's called. This is something new that they put in here, and we can say Get Started. And what it does is you can create events in the game that are quote unquote funnels, right? Where are players going? What are they doing? And you can actually track that. So here we have. It's called the Analytics Service. So just like what I did with the, I'll save this, save file, close that. So exactly what we just did with the data store, we do the exact same thing with the analytics service, right? When they first log in, and you can track where they go. So for me, because I have the quest system, it took a very long time. If you want to learn how to make that quest system, I do have a video of it. Only 14 people have watched it. The 14 brave souls they are. I tell ya. It took me a long time to make that quest system. I got it from somebody else, another YouTube video I watched, and I had to make it compatible for it took me weeks to try and make it compatible. But if you want it, I put it up there. I think it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So yeah, so then they've got all these tracking metrics, right? So right now, I track your events through funnel session IDs. Analytical service, get service players, analytical service onboarding, then you have players, step 1, step 2, all that sort of stuff that you can track, right? Look at that. Hey, total users in the game, total users interacting with the game is what that is, and you can track that. Total users doing missions, right? And that protect your funnels from exploiters. Oh, I gotcha. Using the remote events, and see that's one reason why I use the proximity prompts as well. Is it I'm not saying that people are going to exploit your game, but people will just join Roblox games and they'll exploit them, right? They'll hack them or they'll do whatever. So if you're doing, like in this case where we have trucks spawn from the UI, if you're going to introduce passes where they need to use the passes in order to get stuff, or they have to be in a group in order to get stuff, you can limit it in the game by saying user has to be in specific group ID, but they can if you have that security in the UI, they can read that information through the UI. So if you keep that information here on server script in the server storage and server script service, and you use remote events, and you use like proximity prompts with P calls and all that sort of stuff, so they have to complete the function, it has to save, it has to do that, all those things. People will probably leave your game alone. They'll be like, oh, we don't, it's not worth it. It just makes it harder for people to exploit the game, right? Yeah, cool, awesome. So now we have the store. It's been installed. I know it does need some signage still for Country Store and that. I did make some sign over here for the oil. Oh yes, and then the last thing we're gonna do now. Last thing we're gonna do is I'm not gonna turn the music on again, but I want to get an NPC in here. So really, it's really simple. I'm gonna open up my I have a save file with NPCs in it. Where is it? Roblox AI. That's what I've been working on. All right, so we'll grab what do we want? Shopkeeper. This one here, yeah, it should be Shopkeeper. These are just free NPCs I grabbed from the toolbox. They probably weren't free. Somebody probably ripped them off somebody in the game, but I got them. Okay, there we go. And then what we need here, we need this. Okay, so inside your NPC, you want to make sure that your NPC is can collide false. It's not anchored and can, or you could make it so the entire NPC is non-collidable, and then they can just basically aimlessly walk around through stuff. I don't necessarily do that. So we are going to group this in a folder, and let's just rename this to store NPC, and we can put that in NPC path. All right, so inside the NPC, we need a couple of things. I have this script. I called it AI Walk, and I added some animations. Now, the animations were, I have a clipboard, and when you click on the clipboard, it looks like you're writing on the clipboard, and then I have a newspaper. When you click on the newspaper, it looks like you're reading the newspaper. So that's what these animations are. So what I was doing is I would have the NPC walk to a certain point, and then they would stop, do the animation, and then they would walk to another point, stop, and do the animation. So, without getting too complicated into all of that, that's basically what this is, right? We look for the NPC, right? Folder, game.workspace.npc path. Let's see. .npc path. .store npc. These are the animations that we load. All right. NPC equals script.parent.wait for child humanoid. We need that. And then we have model, just loading our animations. All right. Then what we need to do is we need to put that into a while loop. And you basically just say move to folder and whatever that position is. And then that's it. That's it. So all this other stuff, this play stuff, we're actually going to get rid of that. Without the walking speed, though. Let me simplify this really quickly here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Get rid of that. I'm going to leave the animations in there because I might end up using them. So, first we have our chat service. I think I went over that. We can say hello. Now this folder in here, so we need to insert a part, okay? We need to put that part inside the NPC path. And we need to say humanoid.moveTo, and then we need to tell it, well, where's it going to move to? We can say .a, so we rename that to A. And what was this one? B. So when we start, she's going to walk to there and stop. And then if we duplicate that, she'll walk over to here and stop. And then what I'm going to do is I'll drag over the spawner. I know there's some delays in there too, and then just so we can see that. And I think the NPC will just walk back and forth. It should just walk back and forth there between the 2 points. Yeah, there we go. But you see, I didn't name B. I think it was probably, they were probably both named A. Yeah. A, B. There we go. And now you're just thinking, well, there's no walk animation. Why is there no walking animation? Well, that's probably because one of these animations was probably a walking animation. And actually, that I don't know. That's interesting. Animation C is that, but they should be. Hold on a second. I'm going to go back into my AI here. Maybe I never went over that one. All right. Whatever that means. Yeah, you see how they're all walking? She's walking here. See that? So one of those, and then they do the animation. So one of those animations is the walk animation. Let's see, which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Model. Is that what it is? Yeah. Model B, stop. Model play. Let's see. All right, let's figure out what that is then. Since I have the animations loaded in here. So they can walk speed 4. And then we can say model play. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. Hello, hello. Every time, right? And now what we can do is now we can start to edit those functions of the NPC. Now we can say, okay, so now I have the NPC moving. You know, the walk speed. Maybe the walk speed is a little fast for in the store. Let's slow that down. Okay. Maybe I want this person to say hello, and then let's see. We'll wait a second here before it turns around. Say hello at the beginning, or once you reach us there. Yeah, there we go. See, walking a little bit slower. Just like that. And now what we can do is we can actually drag. We don't want these paths to be too far, but we could drag this path to here, right? And then we can say C, right? Rename C. And then we can duplicate that over to here. Have to be careful. You want to make sure you don't want the NPC to get stuck on anything. And then that's D. And then we'll duplicate that. And we'll rename that to E. And we'll duplicate that. rename that F. All right. They're anchored. Oh, they aren't. So we'll anchor them. Can't collide falls. And of course, we'll just make it transparent. We'll leave them transparent for now so we can see where the NPC is walking. And then we just need to go in here, basically, and copy this. So that's B, C, D, E, F, right? B, C, D, E, and F. Just like that. All right, now if we go in there, she should be walking around the store. There we go. And then, at certain points, you can have the NPC do the animation, right? Maybe she stops there, does an animation, walks around. Once. Oh, you know what? Probably not walking fast enough to be able to get to all the points in there. All right, and so what I'll then do as well is I'm just going to make it so that she's like non-collidable. Can't collide false. And that way the NPC will just walk right through stuff. I know, it seems a little, you know, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, right, you have to be a little creative with that, because the NPC is going to get stuck. It's moving to the position, and I don't know how the code interprets it. Like, we don't need to put a weight, but it basically goes to this position, moves to this position, and I don't know how the code reads it, right? So maybe it goes to all the positions without actually walking to each specific point. You know, it gets to within like 10 studs or 20 studs, and then the NPC will move. But yeah, now you can walk right through. Okay. Should have been able to walk right through. Hold on. Maybe you can't make the... Maybe the humanoid part is always collidable. Yeah, that might be an issue. All right, well, anyways, you get this sort of idea here when it comes to this sort of stuff. So what do we do? We made the store. We filled it in. We made some cool stuff in here, right? We made an NPC walking around. I guess the last thing we should do is change that Big Mac to something else. There we go. It's going to walk to there, right? Maybe 3. Looks like 3 is the magic speed. 2 was a bit too slow. 3 seems to work a lot better. Right, and if the waypoints are too far apart, as you saw there, these waypoints are too far apart, then we might need to add 1 or 2 more just to make sure the NPC follows the path. Should be able to walk to there. Rename that to G. G, G, G. GG. Copy that. Right there. Move to position G. Perfect. Now let's see what the NPC is going to do. Oh yeah, nice. Should go right back to there. And then right back to there. Cool. That should be all right. I hope. You know, and that's just something you'll have to figure out if there's too many objects in the way. Maybe you need more waypoints for the NPC to follow. All that sort of stuff. That's the trial and error stuff, right? Okay, now we can take this. And this is all can't collide falls, anchored. Boom, just like that. And now we have a country store. What I will do, one last thing here. Let's go into the toolbox. And under models, let's look for a store sign. I know I looked at signs earlier, but we just, yeah, there we go, it says store. That's probably all we need. I do have an open neon that I found. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. The neon. It says open, you can turn it on, so I'll have to put that in the store here as well. Nice. Look at that. Make sure they're anchored and all that good stuff. Cool. We can make them neon. We can change them around. Excellent. Okay, I'll put the server spawn back. Where it should go. And then we will turn this back on. The welcome enabled. And then I will save to Roblox, publish it, and then we'll update it. And that'll be that. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're learning a little bit. Something. I'm sure you are. Some. And I'm making lots of mistakes. I know that. But yeah, the NPCs can be a little tricky to figure out. But they're a lot of fun. I think they just add another element to the game. Why do you want an NPC just standing there behind the counter? I know you need that, obviously, but it's nice to have, because it kind of feels like the world is alive, quote unquote. You know what I mean? There's things moving around. So if you're in a server and there's not very many players there, you're still seeing activity. You're seeing action happening. You know, and that sort of makes you feel like you're part of something. I think, anyways, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.